Hello students, I hope you all are safe at home. Today I am going to explain you chapter number 6 and the name of the chapter is Administrative System and Architecture during the Medieval Age. Qasim Mihir's Lok Dairo was organized in the village square and the entire village had gathered there at night. Small children had already taken their positions in the front row. Patriotic songs were also being sung at the Lok Dairo, along with folk songs. Utsav liked the Palia recital very much. The next day, he asked his grandfather, "Grandfather, what does Palia means?" His grandfather told him that Palia is a kind of epithet. However, it is erected only for those who attend martyrdom for the protections and reformation of the country. It is a symbol of sacrifice. These are memorial stones erected as a tribute to martyrs. During a festival, Palias are worshipped and songs describing the glory of the heroes are sung. Palias play an important role in passing the culture of our country from one generation to another. Utsav said his friends and all together requested his grandfather, please enlighten us about the culture of our country. Wait, said Grandpa. He went in and came back with some pictures. He then asked Utsav, "Can you see temples in these pictures? It seems as if these stones have their own stories to narrate, isn't it? Today I shall tell you about the civilization and culture of the Rajput age." Now, administrative system during the Rajput age. During the Rajput era, India was not ruled over by any one king. India was divided into big and small states, and the extent of each kingdom depended on the king's military prowess. You have been briefed about the Rajput kings and dynasties in the previous chapter. In this chapter, you will learn about their administrative system, literature, architecture, and external invasion during that time. Now, first one, administrative system. After the 7th century, various Rajput dynasties ruled in India. However, even though different dynasties came to power, there was little change in the administrative system. Though kingship was hereditary, it was not compulsory that the eldest son would always automatically become the next king. The heir apparent selected by the king was called the crown prince. In some cases, even people and ministers elected or selected their king. For example, while in Kashmir, King Yakshara was selected and enthroned by the Brahmin group. In Gujarat, Kumarpal was selected as a successor by the Council of Ministers. The ministers were appointed to assist the king to administer and manage the kingdom effectively. Yet, at times, people became victims of poor, wrong administrative policy. Now, next is administrative system in the villages. Village institutions were very important during the medieval period. The panchayat looked after its administration. The head of the panchayat was called Mukhi or Sarpanch, and he was responsible for protecting and delivering justice to the villagers. He was the final word. Still, in many cases, the Gram Sabha would also give verdict and punish culprits. Even today, at the village level, the Gram Panchayat or the elders of the Panchayat provide guidelines to the people. At the time, land revenue was the main income of the kingdom. Each kingdom had different ways of collecting land revenue, but usually the sixth part of the cultivation was taken as the land revenue. Apart from this, other taxes were also levied on the people. Different officers were appointed for different activities. Moreover, taxes were collected at ports and octroi points. Landlords collected the tax and paid tribute to the kings. Next is literature. During the Rajput age, there was a lot of religious writing as well as literature of various kinds. Scholars and education received great patronage from kings. Many literary works were composed in Sanskrit, Prakrit, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, etc. The great Sanskrit poet Magh composed the epic Shishupal Vad. This epic describes the killing of Shishupal by Sri Krishna. Similarly, another poet, Sri Harsh, wrote the epic Nishad Charit, which is about the story of Nal and Damayanti. Even songs by Radha and other gopis sung in praise of Lord Krishna were presented in a lyrical manner. The biography and achievements of the kings were also composed in a poetic manner. Hemchandra Acharya wrote Kumarpal Charita based on the life of Solanki king of Gujarat Kumarpal and grammar book Siddhem Sabd Dhanushashan. As the title indicates, the names of King Siddharaj Jai Singh and Hemchandra Acharya are associated with this book. This book was considered so important that it was placed on an elephant during a procession in Patan. Not only poetry but plays were also written during that time. Bhavbhuti wrote Uttram Charita, while Pandit Narayana composed Hitopadesh, a collection of stories based on Panch Tantra. Either a school or a nearby library must be having books containing collections of stories or folk tales. Let us now do a reading activity. Poet, author, work. Poet is Vishaka Datta and work Mudra Rakshasa. Poet Kalhar, work Raj Tarangini. Poet Bilhan, work Vikramadev Chant. Poet Somdeva, work Katha Sarita Sagar. Poet Chandrabardai, work Prithviraj Rasha. Poet Merutunga, work Prabodh Chinta Mani. Now, student, in my next video, I will explain you the further topic. Thank you.